Recently, there's been this constant back and forth online about AI email marketing.
AI is not just an idea or a vision, it's here, they're ready.
Email marketing in the era of AI.
Using AI in retention marketing.
One side saying AI has changed everything, and if you don't tear down your whole strategy and rebuild it, then you're cooked. The other side saying that the playbook hasn't changed and you should ignore all the hype and continue to do what works. So which side is actually right? Because inboxes are changing. AI now reads your email before your customer ever opens it, and now it's getting harder and harder to get your emails into the primary inbox. And the brands that adapted this the fastest are the same ones that pull further ahead every single month, while the rest just get filtered out. My name is Siv, and in the last 5 years of running my agency, I've worked with over 150 plus e-commerce brands and have generated over $100 million in email marketing revenue. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what's changed, what you can safely ignore, and what the brands that are currently winning right now are doing to stay ahead of the game. So first, let's establish what's changed in email marketing. For a long time, ever since email got widely adapted, it remained fairly consistent. There really weren't any major changes. But over the last few years, the channel's evolved quite a bit. And email marketing in 2024 is just not the same as it is right now in 2026. The inbox that you're sending into today just does not work the same as it used to a couple years ago. The way your emails get filtered, sorted, and read before anyone else even opens it has changed, and most brands haven't even noticed. And it comes down to 3 big changes. So the first big change is that AI reads your email before your customer ever does. Apple Intelligence, introduced with the launch of iOS 18 and then expanded with iOS 26, automatically creates AI summaries within the inbox and in the email itself. That means that there's a higher chance that the user will read the AI generated summary before they actually even open the real email. And this isn't just an Apple thing anymore. In early 2026, Google rolled out the same feature in Gmail, where its AI now reads long email threads and then summarizes it all for you. And together, these two make up 90% of all email opens. So the biggest inboxes in the world are now putting AI between your words and the reader. How this works is that Gmail builds its summary from the first 100 to 200 characters from the email body. So if you open with, "We hope this email finds you well," then the AI summary is going to be very vague and oftentimes misleading. Put your actual message first. This makes your subject line, preview text, and opening copy more important than ever. You can't rely on clickbait, and honestly, you never should have. What I personally saw a lot of brands do is use a lot of misleading clickbaity subject lines, such as "regarding your order number 4875, just to get people to open it. And before, it would also lead to some spam complaints, but now the AI tells them exactly what it is, and now your brand isn't the one that has an urgent order update. You're the brand that lied to get a click. The downside of using clickbait today is much greater now because AI is now evaluating your content before your reader even gets to it. So what you want to do is put your main message and call to action at the very top. Keep your subject line and preview text honest so that the AI describes your email in the way that you want it framed. Because if your email doesn't make its value obvious up front, then the AI won't either, and then people will just scroll right past it. The second big change is that spam filters got a whole lot smarter. Here's how it used to work. Filters were basically looking for obvious junk. Spammy words like free in all caps, sketchy links, and messy code. So as long as you avoided the obvious red flags, then you got through. That's not how it works anymore. Now there's AI sitting on top of your emails, and it's not just scanning for bad words. It reads the whole thing. It looks at your tone. It looks at whether your links and your landing pages seem trustworthy. And most importantly, it watches whether or not people are actually opening or replying to your emails. And this is already hitting people hard. Right now, average inbox placement sits at around 83%. That means that 1 in every 6 marketing emails never reaches the inbox. And it's getting worse because spam complaint rates have nearly doubled over the course of 2024. And here's the interesting part. 2 people on the same list can receive the same exact email, but see 2 totally different things. One sees it right at the top of their inbox. The other might see it late or even buried all the way at the bottom. So it's not just about reaching the inbox anymore. It's about landing somewhere where people will actually notice you. Low engagement won't always send you to spam, but it might push you down or hide you. And the brands still using old tricks are the ones that are feeling it the most. Now, I'll be straight with you. This last change isn't some fancy AI feature, but I'm putting it last on purpose because it's the one that's going to quietly kill your email revenue if you continue to ignore it. And most brands have no idea that it's even happening. And I'm talking about authentication. Back in 2024, Gmail and Yahoo rolled out some new rules for anyone that's sending in bulk. You now have to prove that your emails are coming from you and not from some spammer that's pretending to be your brand. You do that with 3 things: SPF, DKIM, and DMARC or DMARC. Think of them as your email's ID or passport. Without them, the inbox has no way to trust that you're not a scammer, and so it'll just assume the worst. At first, they didn't really enforce it. If you missed the requirements, your emails just got a little delayed. No big deal. But that's changed. In May 2025, Microsoft just started straight up blocking emails that don't comply. And by the end of 2025, Gmail did the same. They stopped giving warnings and started rejecting people for good. Here's what that actually means. If you're not authenticated, your email doesn't land in spam. It doesn't land anywhere. It just gets rejected before it even reaches the person. And the numbers show that the brands that are properly set up are hitting around 89% inbox placement. And the brands that aren't are watching around a quarter to a third of their emails landing directly in spam. And here's the crazy part. Only about 16% of domains have this set up correctly. So the vast majority of brands out there are exposed and they don't even know it. The good news is that this is a one-time fix. You set up SPF, DKIM, DMARC, and a one-click unsubscribe once, and you're set for life. I actually have a full tutorial on my channel breaking down exactly how to set this up for your brand, so you can check that out after this video. So now that we've covered the main AI changes in email marketing, it leads us to the question that you're probably waiting for. What actually works? How do you adapt to all of this so that way your emails don't land in spam or the promotions folder and that people can actually open and see them? Well, the answer is actually simpler than you think. You see, the brands winning right now aren't doing anything new. They don't have secret strategies that they're inventing every day. They stuck to the boring fundamentals, the ones that have always worked. Clean your list, send to engaged subscribers, and actually send content that is genuinely interesting. And obviously don't spend every email just pushing a sale. Do those things and you're already ahead of most brands out there. And here's why it works. If you look at what all three of these changes reward, it's the same thing every time. Clean lists, real engagement, and emails that look like they're actually written by a human. That was and always will be the winning formula for a healthy email channel. And it's the one thing that no AI can ever take away from you. Now, I'm gonna be honest, there is one more thing that you need to do besides nailing the fundamentals. Something that is more important in this era of AI than it ever was before. And that is to add human touch to your emails. You see, people wanna buy from people, not from logos or faceless corporations. And this has always been true, but right now it matters way more than ever. The one thing that AI cannot fake is a real human behind the brand, a founder with a real story and a real personality that people can resonate with. That's why building a brand story and putting your founder and your team front and center is more important than it's ever been. Let me give you a few examples on how to do this with your email marketing. The simplest one is to start mixing in some plain text emails into your flows and your campaigns. Not in every email, but in key moments like your welcome series or your post-purchase flow. And I can tell you from my 10 years of experience of doing email marketing that these plain text emails will oftentimes outperform your heavily designed graphic emails. They don't feel aggressive like those design emails that always scream sales and discounts in your face. And here's the interesting part. Some of our clients told us that they actually got replies from these plain text emails because the person reading it thought that the founder wrote it just for them. And a reply is the strongest signal that you can send that people actually want to receive your emails. That's gold for your deliverability. A simple email introducing yourself, sharing a quick story about why you started the brand, and just offering to help them vastly helps to humanize the brand. But it doesn't just have to be plain text. You can still send beautifully designed emails that showcase your brand story, educate people about your product, and really just share customer experiences. And even if someone doesn't buy from that email specifically, it still builds a positive association with you over time. They walk away feeling like they have a connection with the person behind the email and the brand, rather than some, faceless corporation that's just trying to sell them. I actually read about a conversion rate optimization test where a brand added an about the founder section on their homepage and their conversion rate skyrocketed. One small human touch and simply just more people bought. So the point is simple. The more human touch points you can add, the better. That's the whole game right now. The brands that feel human are the ones that people trust, and the ones that people trust are the ones that people buy from. So it's fair to say that none of these AI changes actually reinvented email. What they did do was raise the standard. The brands that never nailed the fundamentals, the clean list, the real engagement, the value, those are the ones that are getting punished right now. And the brands that feel human, that put a real person behind the emails, are the ones that are really pulling ahead right now. I've seen it firsthand. And so that's the whole shift. AI didn't kill email. It just rewarded people that were doing it right all along. So if you want to go deeper, I put together a free course. I go into extreme detail on email deliverability, how to write and craft high converting emails, and how we generate brands 40, 50, even up to 60% of their revenue coming from the email channel. It's completely free and the link is down in the description. Go watch it and I'll see you in the next one.